Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be doing a full face of makeup favorites of mine. This is for the month of March, and I'm thinking about bringing this to my channel as a permanent thing where I talk about the product I've been using over the past month that is my favorite. And maybe it'll be like once a quarter, maybe not monthly, because I do tend to switch out my makeup quite a bit. And it's usually more with like the seasons. So these are the products that I've been loving over the past couple of months since the beginning of the year. If you guys like unfiltered makeup opinions and honest reviews, subscribe. Let's get into this video. I do have a little bit of a caveat with this video though. I am going to be using one of these. They are the Wooden's Perfect World palettes. I just received these in the mail. If you guys want to see like a full maybe like 3 looks, 1 palette for each one, leave me a comment down below, because I mean this whole collection was released like a couple of weeks ago and I literally just received it and I'm just like, that took forever. So we are going to be using these for my eyeshadow today. We'll use one of the palettes and we'll kind of determine which one we're going to use. I am wearing like a corally shade, so I am thinking we're going to use I say Batty Bean because that's what she used to be, but it's Betty Jean, and I'm thinking we're going to use this one today. So, full face of favorite makeup minus the eyeshadow. Don't know where 2023 is going. I feel like it was 2022 yesterday. The Essence Hello Good Stuff Serum Primer. I was not surprised by this. This is actually my second bottle, and I went to Ulta the other day, and I purchased my third bottle because this is like over halfway gone already, and I was like, I know I'm going to need more because I just love it so much. It's a great serum primer. It is a dupe for the niacinamide dewdrops from Glow Recipe. I had those. I stopped using them because I love this primer so much. It's so good. I just can't get enough of it. And then a second primer that I am just like obsessed with. This is the Secure Skin Gripping Serum Primer. I love that every single time I put this on my face, it just feels refreshing and cooling, and it is a very like gripping primer, a very serumy, grippy primer. Now I do have kind of combo skin. Every once in a while I get oily like in my T-zone. I used to get dry patches like all around in here, and then I started using like serums and that went away over the winter. But I do kind of have like a combination skin because certain places are a little bit more drier. I do have some hyperpigmentation, and I also have some actual like, what would we call it? Age spots, and then I also have some texturization. So, but this is such a tacky, beautiful base to work with. I have been loving the L'Oreal True Match. This is the new and reformulated True Match from L'Oreal, and I know I just did a foundation Friday on that, but I've actually been testing this out for a couple of weeks now, and this is a favorite foundation of mine. It is in the shade C1, which is Cool Light. So I am a cool toned person. I'm cool. I'm great. But I am cool toned. I do have pink undertones, which means that you're cool toned. And then I also am very fair. And this is just like the perfect shade match for me. In the summer, I might have to go possibly a shade darker, but this is just such a beautiful foundation. It's very effortless. It blends out really nicely, and mixed with this primer, it just creates such a beautiful satin base. I didn't think I was going to love this as much as I do, and I do. Like, I can't get enough of this foundation. I think I wear it like every single day. Every single day. I'm pretty sure this is the foundation I've been putting on for like ever now. And it's more of a medium coverage. It doesn't really get all of my blemishes, but it is just so pretty. Like, look at my skin. It looks juicy and like natural and skin-like. I was actually just watching a review from Tati, and she said it's like a Chanel foundation, which is like a $75 foundation. I'm like, that's interesting. Quickie Concealer. This is like my favorite concealer right now, and I know I have talked about it in so many videos, but it really is just like that perfect, let's get my makeup done type of concealer, and it conceals really well. And it just doesn't feel like I have concealer on. It is just, and it's full coverage. Like, it's like the perfect concealer. It gets rid of a lot of my blemishes. It looks like skin. It doesn't over accentuate. Like if I'm having problem areas, like I have problem areas on my forehead right now, and it's not accentuating like any of that at all. It's so pretty. And the thing about this concealer is that it actually comes in a half an ounce. So it's literally half the size of the L'Oreal True Match. It is a $33 concealer. So it's about the same price as your Tarte Shape Tape, but it's better than Shape Tape. Like, I think this is just such a great concealer. And it just, guys, I'm 34. Like, I need a concealer that is going to get rid of my little mommy bags because, I mean, Braxton and Claire, they're 4 and 6 almost. So, like, I need a concealer that's going to work for me. Look at what it does. It just brightens a little bit. It covers up my little mom bags, and it's just so, so beautiful. For powder, we're going to be using the Sephora Microsmooth Baked Powder. I love this powder. Like, can you tell? I have been using this just so much. I pair it with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Pressed Powder. This is like one of my absolute favorite under eye powders. So I use this on the under eyes, and I just take my little velour puff here, and it is a triangle one because it's so much easier to get in your under eyes, and I just smooth out my under eyes, and I also tap out any like concealer that I have on my eyelids. I don't look like I've aged. At least that's what it feels like to me every single time that I use this. It's just so pretty. Now that I have like the under eye set, but I am going to go in with a bronzing. It's a cream bronzer from Makeup Revolution. This was recommended to me by a lot of influencers, and I'm actually thinking about doing a video of like makeup influencers made me buy. This is the Makeup Revolution cream bronzer. I have the shade medium, and this is such an effortless bronzer. So I just take a little stippling brush. This is the LaRousse Duo Fiber brush, and I will put just a little bit on. I like getting that whole airbrushed look. And I do this before I put on my powder bronzer. And just look at it. It blends so effortlessly. Like, I'm going to take my beauty blender just to kind of stamp out some of this down here. Make sure it's blended really well. I do have one beauty blender that I use for my cream product and one beauty blender that I use for my foundation and concealer because I just don't want bronzer like anywhere on my face when I'm trying to put my foundation on. So I'm going to spray my face. This is all a part of my transfer proof foundation routine, but I had some comments on that. And yes, you have to use a specific foundation for that routine to really work. But I do find that using the Microsmooth powder to bake down and like really set my face, this does help making it a little bit more transfer proof. But the proof is in the transfer proof foundation that I used in that video. And the foundation I'm referring to is the Makeup Revolution Super Matte 2-in-1 Concealer and Foundation. It is specific to that. And this is actually another favorite of mine. I love, like, this foundation is just so good. It's a $5 foundation. This is worth a mention in this video because I have been using that one so much. Just get yourself a foundation pump. You can order them from eBay. That's the only thing I really recommend with that one. But now another product that I have really just been reaching for like crazy is the Bare Minerals Blonzer. This I got for myself for my birthday. I used some of my Ulta points, and I have been wanting to try the Bare Minerals like for forever. I wanted to know if this was worth the hype. I'm the type of person who is like, okay, let's not succumb to what everybody thinks, but I really do love this formula. I think it's beautiful. I use this bronzer, I almost said bronzer, but I use this bronzer a lot, and I actually put it up on a shorts video, and I had some comments on there saying like, your makeup looks really good in that video. And it was because I was wearing the Blonzer with some other product, and just like overall, it just looked so beautiful. And I was also wearing the L'Oreal True Match foundation with that as well. So the two setting sprays that I have been using a lot lately are the Make It Last from Milani and the Glass Spray from Maybelline. And so I use the Glass Spray in between setting, and then I use the Microsmooth powder to kind of like set everything. But then this is what I use before I put on my highlight. It just smells so good. This is one of my favorite formulas. It is very comparable to MAC Fix Plus. For highlights, I have actually been kind of obsessed with this one. It's the Shimmer highlighting powder from E.L.F, and you can't buy this anymore. It's actually in a project pan, but I'm a little bit obsessed with it, and that's not a good, I mean, like, I wanted to pan it, and it's a good thing I'm a little bit obsessed with it, but it is so beautiful. And I would say the only thing that really compares to this highlight would be something from like The Balm. And I hate featuring like a highlight that's discontinued, but this literally has been my favorite highlight over the past couple of weeks, like over the past couple of months here. This has just been it. This is my favorite highlighter, and it's just very effortless. You can diffuse it out. It's very glowy, and it's so easy to work with, and it's so natural and beautiful. I think the Balm is like probably the closest highlight that you could find to that one. We are going to use also the Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush Highlight from Milani, and I'm just going to put a little bit. This is their Luminoso shade. I'm just going to put a little bit like on top of that one, and use my beauty blender and kind of just tap this out a little bit. And it makes it look a little bit more wet, but like I just love these two together. This is the Luminoso Cheek Kiss Highlight Blush. This is a highlighter. It's not a blush. But it's so pretty. It doesn't strip away my makeup. Like I just love this. It's so good. This is what the face is looking like with all of my actual like face products. Now let's take a look at the Oden's Eye palettes. We're going to use the Betty Jean palette today because it kind of matches my shirt here. I'm not very like fashion forward today. I'm very like relaxed. Let's wear some jeans and a t-shirt and a cardigan sweater and call it a day. But this is the Betty Jean palette, so I'm going to do an eyeshadow look real quick. I really honestly don't have any like specific eyeshadow palettes that I've been reaching for a whole ton. It's just kind of like all over the board because I really like some of the new makeup releases that I've been getting, and I really just like overall testing and using different eyeshadow palettes on a daily basis. So I really don't have a favorite. It's my jam today. I think it is a vibe today. But for eye primer, I have been enjoying the Ace Beauté eye primer. This is the Amplifying Base in the shade Light. And this is very, like, it's just a little drop. I did use it in a Clarity Cosmetics for the Safari palette. And I have used this, I mean, before that video, after that video. And I love it. It's a great base. And it actually is great for blocking those shades that, like, really stain your eyelids. And then this brush I have also been loving, and this is just a concealer brush from Shein, that sort of thing. Y'all know it's like $1, and the brush is so soft. It's so beautiful. It's the perfect shape to spread the primer over my lids without being too much because it's angled just a little bit. And I know it's a concealer brush, but like this is just a great brush for eye primer. Like that's why I bought it, was for concealer and eye primer. Let's do an eyeshadow look with this. It's the Oden's Eye Betty Jean palette. It's actually called Planet Spirit palette. So it's kind of like animal-y and it has like zebras on there. I'm just feeling like being colorful today. There's a lot of purples and pinks in here. I am just applying Rescue to my lid. If you guys want to see like a 3 looks 1 palette with all of the Oden's Eye, or even just a full review, leave me a comment down below because I received these so late, I was like, we're probably not going to do a full review, and also they're limited edition, so you can't purchase them anymore. I love Odin's Eye. I love the pigmentation of their shadows. Like, look at that. That is so pretty. Like, oh, and also to mention in my favorites is this Sigma Switch. This is like the travel version, but I have been loving my Sigma Switch lately. And then I've also been using Cinema Secrets to clean off my brushes in between applications because it dries so fast. It's mostly alcohol and it cleans my brush. So I'm using the Switch with Cinema Secrets, and that's like the key to keeping my brushes clean right now. Obviously, it's not a deep clean, but, and that brings me to a point where this got stained by the Lore palette, so it's not dirty. It is clean, and it is the Sigma E24. We're going to take the orange shade. It's called Habitat. I don't usually do pink orange eyeshadow looks, but I mean, why not today? Why not today? Because that's what I'm wearing is pink and orange. It literally does an ombre from a light, like lighter color to a darker color. I'll have to show you. I don't do outfits of the day. I don't, because I am not skinny and I am not fashionable. It's hard being fashionable when you're a mom. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard having clothes that are like really cute when they're not covered in stains or split up if you have a kid, like a baby. And I really wish that mom fashion was more of a thing. Okay, so we have some orange, we have some pink, and what do we want to use in here? Like, look how pretty that is. I think we're just going to go in with this right here. It is called Fauna. And I do have some NYX glitter glue that I kind of want to try. Or we might just do like, actually, let's take the Ace Beauté base. Use a flat brush. This is just a look-see. Technically, it's a concealer brush. Here's my foundation plate. We're going to just put a little bit, a little dab, a little dab. And we're going to kind of like, we're going to reprime the eye just on the inner corner. I'm not a matte eyeshadow person, like, at all. That's one thing I have noticed lately is that I don't like all matte looks most of the time. Every once in a while I'll do it if I'm like really feeling it, but most of the time I'm like, I need glitter. I need to sparkle like a mermaid. So we're just going to add this to the inner corner. And then we'll put Fauna on top. This is like super thick. Wow. Very thick. And sometimes the Odin's Eye formula does adhere, but sometimes it doesn't adhere to a brush. So we are going to wet it down with the Make It Last from Milani. And we're going to use Fauna, which is so pretty. So we have Fauna on the inner corner. It's a very beautiful multi-chrome. Goes from pink to almost a green to an orange. That's really pretty. Yeah, it is like a pink to a green to an orange. That's really pretty, and I like how it looks. But I want to add something else, and I think like right here, we're going to add Animalia, which is that orange shimmer shade. Look how pretty that is. That is gorgeous. So we're just going to add this right here. Then I'm going to take my Eloise brush, and we're just going to make sure that the edge right here on my inner corner is clean and beautiful. That's gorgeous. I do very much like that. And then I'm just taking a clean brush and making sure this is blended pretty well. For brow products, we're going to use my Gimme Brow. This is in my project pan, but it also is a favorite of mine. And it's hard to track the progress that I've made with this. I just love the Give Me Brow. I just love the way it has these fibers that fill in my eyebrows. And I also like that it is a pretty good shade match for me. It was picked by BoxyCharm, and they did a good job picking it because my eyebrows are very dark compared to my hair, which is weird. They're like almost a black, and this is my natural hair color right in here, which is like a dirty dishwater, really, really light brown shade. And I have found that my my eyebrows are way darker than my actual like hair. That's what makes it look so wonky and weird. The under portion, let's do my under eye. I have been using this brush lately. It's the number 11. It's like pointed. And I have been using this brush a lot lately. We're using Sanctuary, and we're going to very lightly, look how pigmented this is, but very lightly shade the lower lash line. Like so. I kind of like that. Please do not dye my under eyes. Favorite mascara is the, right now, I wouldn't say it's a favorite, but it's what I've been using a lot, and it's the Milani Anti-Gravity Mascara. It provides a very like almost, actually, it really reminds me of the Essence Lash Princess False Effect Mascara. The brush is different, but the way it makes my lashes look, it's really, really similar. We're going to talk about my favorite lip combination, and this combination is just chef's kiss. It's so gorgeous. I've been wearing this so much lately. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys kind of like called it out in some of my other videos on my channel, but I love this combination. So we have here the Essence Soft and Precise Lip Pencil in True Me. That's the Essence Soft and Precise Lip Pencil. And then the lipstick is the E.L.F, the new one from E.L.F. This is the E.L.F. O Face Satin Lipstick. I had to pull out the box because I just threw it away, like cleared it off my vanity, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot what the color is called. Not the color. I forgot what the lipstick is called. I do the lipstick first. Look how cute this is. Like it has the little E.L.F. name on the actual lipstick bullet. It's very comparable to the NARS soft matte lipsticks. So, this is the shade Hustle. I put this on first. You guys are like, why? Why not put the lip liner on first? And then I put the Soft and Precise lip liner in True Me on. And then you'll see everything is lined, and you're like, okay, why did she do the liner over the lipstick? And it's because of the way that I blend it all together. I feel like the lipstick, like the lip liner gets lost when I do this. So I mash them all together. By doing it this way, it really keeps that precise lip line. And then I use my shimmer highlight powder that's discontinued. And you can actually use just any kind of like goldeny, shimmery highlighter or powder or eyeshadow. And I tap this on top of my lips. I'm obsessed with the whole like, let's put our highlight like on our lips and like set it in. And I always use my finger. I don't actually, anytime that I like go back in, I clean off my finger first with like a baby wipe or something if I need more. And then I go back in and I use it. But this is like my favorite lipstick combination. It is just chef's kiss. It's so beautiful. Like I can't get enough of chef's kiss, like beautiful lipstick. Full face of all of my makeup favorites minus the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette would be Odin's Eye Betty Jean. This is the Planet Spirit palette. And that's really fun to play with. I'm not gonna lie. Like, look how fun this eyeshadow look is. Everything will be linked in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you consider subscribing, so I will see you in my next video. Bye!